he's about to start that, and I'm going to move them out of the way when he's ready. If he does, at least if our people do this, it might not be a bad idea to sanction this off or something to keep people from being in his spot.
Yep.
I mean, obviously we can clear people out of front of the table. No, but he's planning on some joining. Senate. Well, I think you've got some House members joining with him in Tucker's conference. I don't know that it helps him much. I'll touch the ones back here.
It'll help for the noise. Great.
Sir.
Hey, how are you doing? Great.
Good.
Yeah, good. Yep. So, hang in there. Ain't saying anything. Okay. Is Tamika here? Is Tamika here?
I've been texting with her all morning. I've literally been looking for her right now. Let me call her right quick.
You're right behind me. I'm right behind you.
Ready? All right. Good morning, everybody. Today we are introducing the South Carolina Family Protection Act, a comprehensive package focused on helping working families afford the basics and stay in the workforce, care for their loved ones, and protect the taxpayers. Today, our families are facing higher costs for child care, housing, diapers, prescriptions, and health care. Too many parents are making impossible choices between work and family, and too many caregivers are carrying the load on their own. This legislation provides targeted tax relief for working families and caregivers. It cuts sales tax on essential baby and maternal health items like diapers, wipes, and prenatal vitamins. It expands access to affordable child care and after-school programs so parents can work and kids are safe. It strengthens maternal and mental health care, including 12 months of postpartum coverage and expanded telebehavioral health care. It increases access to affordable housing with long-term affordability requirements. Every major program that we're rolling out today has guardrails, it sunsets, it has oversight, it protects the taxpayers. We are ensuring that we have accountability in this bill with annual reporting so that we can see what's working and what might need to be improved. In closing, this is about supporting the families of South Carolina, strengthening communities, and protecting taxpayers. It's practical, physically responsible, and focused on results and not slogans. As we approach this year's budget, we know that we have the ability to give targeted tax cuts to some individuals, and nobody deserves this more than the working families of South Carolina. They're facing an affordability crisis when it comes to everyday living, and they're facing that impractical choice between having to decide whether they can afford child care or get into the workforce. This bill attempts to address those problems. We look forward to having it introduced today, getting it into the committee process, and having a robust discussion and public input so that we can improve and strengthen what we're trying to do, which is to help the working families of South Carolina. And I'll be glad to take any questions if anybody has any.
Can you talk more, this is obviously a comprehensive piece of legislation, can you talk more about the impetus for what kind of sparked the interest in wanting to do all of this holistically instead of kind of piecemeal with both?
Well, it's a big picture problem. I mean, the people that work and make South Carolina perform, they go to work every day, they're facing an affordability. And y'all, we hear affordability, affordability, affordability. Well, what does it mean? It means that we should look at helping them out. So expanding the earned income tax credit up to $400 and making it refundable. That's one of the things we outline in here. You know, there are certain things like when you're trying to raise a family, like the cost of diapers and wipes, taking the sales tax off of that is important. Yes, we could introduce a bill that targets every one of these things individually, but the big picture is we're trying to help the working families of South Carolina navigate the affordability crisis that's upon all of us. Inflation is higher than any of us want, and we want to target, we have some money available in this year's budget for tax relief. And before it goes to big corporations or other people that may well be deserving too, we believe that the working families of South Carolina should be in line for targeted tax relief as well.
You mentioned the other tax bills that are moving through. We've seen the income tax bill move to full committee. We've seen the homestead exemption move to full committee.
And hopefully we'll see this bill move to full committee.
My question is, are Senate Democrats going to kind of, I don't know, object or put their name on any of those bills to make sure that this bill has a chance as well moving forward the same way?
Well, we hope that we don't have to employ a tactic like that. I mean, we'll use all the tools we need to get this bill a hearing, but we're not opposed to those other measures as well. That's the beauty of growing in a growing economy in our state, is we do have the ability to look out to the needs of people and cutting the income tax, reducing the property tax, and looking out for working families. They're all on our list. We're not opposed to the others, but we do think that some of these ought to travel together. Okay, sure. It's okay.
I can hear you much better probably.
And I can hear you.
Good. These are issues that you're talking about, maternal health care, child care, affordability, that we've been talking about for years, that have been out for years. Has the legislature just not been prioritizing?
Well, guess who doesn't have a lobbyist? The working families of South Carolina. They look at all these people out here. Working families of South Carolina just don't have a paid advocate that's up here all the time, other than us. I mean, we feel like we're their advocates. And we want to make sure that those things we've talked about, like, you know, cutting the sales tax on diapers and wipes, seems like a no-brainer. But putting it in with this comprehensive package, maybe it gets us a hearing, whereas sometimes a bill that only focuses on one small thing gets lost in the shuffle. You know, people who came, you're talking about last night, and I spoke at the, I can't remember the new name of the manufacturers in chamber, but I challenged the big companies and the businesses of South Carolina to do several things as they grow their workforce, to make sure that they include mentoring programs, whether they encourage their employees to read to third graders or whether they allow 11th graders to come and shadow them during the summer so that we can teach them about the jobs that might be available. I encourage them to make sure that they allow their employees an opportunity to access child care by giving them credits at work for child care, or either bringing child care facilities on campus of the big companies. And I challenge them on housing. I mean, affordable housing is one of the things that's a challenge for people trying to enter the workforce. And so I know, for instance, one of the companies that I have talked to, if you're a first-time home buyer and you go and qualify for your mortgage, they will give you $10,000 if you've been an employee for several years at that company, because they want to retain their employees and they want their employees to be able to afford housing near where they work. Absolutely, and in this bill, for instance, one of the things that we have is sometimes a family member will run afoul of the law, they'll become incarcerated, they've paid their debt to society, and now they just want an opportunity to move forward with a life. So we have a tax credit in here for companies that will hire returning citizens into the workforce, a $2,500 tax credit. If you've got somebody who's just been released from incarceration and they're ready to not go back to that life of crime and do what's right, let's incentivize companies to hire those folks into the workforce. Well, thank you all very much. We look forward to advancing this bill and having you cover us as we go along. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. All right.